Here's another proof using segments. We have given distance ry is equal to the distance ro. And we have to prove that PR plus ry is equal to PO. Let's look at the figure. Ry equal to ro means that this distance here and this distance here are equal. They measure the same, so I can say they're congruent. Okay? And they also want you to prove that the distance PR, the distance from here to here, plus the distance from ry is the same thing as the distance PO. So that rings a bell automatically in my head. I'm thinking segment addition postulate. This looks like a segment addition postulate. So that's what I'm going to try and do first. I know somewhere in this proof I'm going to need to use the segment addition postulate. So here's my plan. Let's write out a plan. For my plan, I'm going to take and I'm going to write the segment addition postulate for PR plus RO equals PO. Okay? I'm just going to write that. I'm going to say, well, I know PR plus distance RO is equal to the whole distance PO by the segment addition postulate, which you should remember, and we worked a lot on this segment. And once I state that, look at this. Once I write that out, automatically I look at my given statement, and guess what? They're telling you, look, Ry is equal to Ro. So that tells me that I can take this Ro and I can rewrite this statement and substitute Ro for Ry, because Ry is the same thing as Ro. And everything else I keep. And look what happened. Ta-da! I reached the proof statement that I need to reach. So executing this plan, I've reached what I need to reach very, very quickly. Okay? Now, I know you're thinking, but how do I know that I need to use the segment addition postulate? Usually when we're working with segments like these, where we have the endpoints and some point in between the endpoints. Remember the definition or remember what the segment addition postulate stated. It said that if point B is between points A and C, then you can say that AB plus BC is equal to AC. In this case, we're using PRO. So we can also say if point R is between point P and O, then PR plus RO is equal to PO. And once I state that, I start looking to see how I can make ends meet and how I can use the given and see how that will help in me reaching the conclusion. And look how quickly we got there. So let's write out all the steps for my proof, my two-column proof. Remember, statement number one, in this case, statement number one, you can write the given statement as statement number one. For me, I'm not going to use that given statement yet, because according to my plan, I'm going to state the segment addition postulate first. So I'm going to go ahead and write PR plus RO is equal to PO. And the reason I can say this, what's the evidence? What's a valid reason for me to say something like I've just stated in the statement column? Well, the valid reason is the segment addition postulate. And I already said what the segment addition postulate says. Okay? Notice I did not use the given statement as my first statement, and that's okay. You can use the given statement first. I just like to state the given statement if I'm going to use it. If I'm not going to use it right now, then I won't state it. But it's okay if you do. For statement number two, Now that given statement comes in handy because I notice that I can make a substitution here with RO and just write RY instead of RO. But before I can make the substitution, I need to show the given statement in this statement column. So RY is equal to RO. And what is a valid reason for this statement? Well, it's given. It's given. The evidence is there. For statement number 3, I am going to go ahead and make that substitution. Once I've stated this and stated this, I have enough evidence here to say that PR plus RY is equal to PO. How did I get from step 2 to step 3? This is what I did. Let me change colors. I took that first statement and I noticed that this RO here, I can replace it with RY. Why can I do that? Because the given statement tells me that RY is equal to RO, so I can replace RO for RY because they're equivalent. And that's what I did. Now, when I state PR plus RY equals PO, what is a valid reason? What validates this thing that I did, the substitution? Well, I'm going to state that the substitution property of equality tells me that I can substitute. Substitution property of equality lets me substitute RY for RO. And there it is. I'm done because I've reached the proof statement that they wanted me to reach. And there you have it. Now, remember, I could very easily have done this. I'm going to separate this. Okay, I could have very easily done this. My first statement, I could have written RY is equal to RO given. And this is fine. And then maybe it would occur to you to use the segment addition postulate, okay, as your second statement, segment addition postulate. And then you could have, as your third step, written that same segment addition postulate, but substituting RO for RY, and providing the evidence that you used the substitution property of equality. So they're both valid, okay? A lot of these proofs you can do, I wrote congruence, it's equality, okay? A lot of these proofs can be stated very differently and still reach the conclusion. Some people may do a proof in 2 or 3 steps. Some people will prove in 10 steps and still reach the same proof. And that's totally okay as long as there's a logic in each step and as long as each step is validated. Okay? So there you have it. I'll see you in the next video.